In the heart of Napa and Sonoma's vineyards is a delightful rendezvous of diversity and wine. This Black History Month, we're embracing the essence of Black joy in wine country. So let's swirl, sip, and savor these vibrant stories. Here to share them with us is Dr. Monique Bell, Associate Professor of Marketing at California State University, Fresno. Welcome, Dr. Bell.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's
Happy
great
to
to be
have
with
you
you.
on, of course. So, Dr. Bell, as we celebrate Black History Month, what delightful notes can you share about the beautiful relationship between wine and the Black diaspora?
Yeah, well, I think folks would be surprised to really know that African Americans make up about 12% of Americans who consume wine. So we are enjoying wine, our numbers are growing. And not only that, but we are, as African Americans and throughout the diaspora, making wine. And we do have some local Californian Black winemakers that I'm happy to share more about.
Yes. Okay. So, in your Terra Noir report, you explored Black entrepreneurs in the wine industry. What intriguing discoveries and stories emerged from this research?
Yeah, it was really enticing for me. And I first got interested and even became aware that these winemakers existed by visiting a festival called the Black Vines Festival in Oakland. And from there, my passion just took off. In my study, I learned that there are a diverse set of Black winemakers who have lots of different stories, but what they have in common is this notion of resilience and pursuing their passion, which was so inspiring to me just to hear their stories and being able to share them.
All right. And you mentioned some of those local Black winemakers. Walk us through some of them.
Sure. So if we're talking Napa, there of course is the venerable Brown Estate and Brown Downtown, which was one of the first, if not the first, Black-owned winery in the Napa region. There's also J Moss, which has a lovely tasting room. I visited myself. It makes for a delightful afternoon. And also there's Corner 103 for more of an intimate experience with the winemaker himself. Now, if you have a bit of time or you want to get closer to Sacramento, Lodi is actually a great place to discover some Black winemakers. I actually have
Ooh.
a wine here from Joseph Smith. So he is a Belizean American Black winemaker. And I love that his tagline is California grown, Belizean owned. So he's an Afro Belizean winemaker. He's been making wine in Lodi for over 25 years. And his rosé is a perfect addition to your Valentine's
Ooh,
Day.
Doctor, show that to the camera one more time and let's just keep her full screen so we can see that bottle. Lovely. Okay, awesome. So that's fantastic to know that there are so many Black winemakers. How would you say, how is the wine industry evolving to embrace inclusivity for both consumers and trailblazing winemakers in our diverse communities?
Definitely. So we are seeing a real engagement with Black wine consumers. I think the industry overall is recognizing that they're going to need to engage diverse audiences, multicultural consumers, in order to keep the industry thriving. As far as the Black wine entrepreneurs, we are seeing some further engagement, some opportunities, particularly among distributors, to get those wines out into the public space. However, from my survey, only about half of the respondents thought that the industry was doing enough or that they were taking meaningful action. So there's still a lot of work to do.
And Doctor, you often speak about Black joy. Could you uncork that concept for us? And personally, how does wine contribute to your own moments of joy?
Definitely. Well, Black joy to me just means living your life unapologetically, realizing our shared story, and celebrating the everyday. And wine helps you to do that. You don't need a special occasion to enjoy wine, and it can help transport you all over the world. That's what it does for me. And I hope that your viewers and other consumers will give wine an opportunity to do the same for them.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the fact that you were able to highlight so many Black winemakers for us. I enjoy wine myself, and it's good to know that there are some local wineries that we can check out. Like you mentioned, the one in Lodi, I might have to stop by there. Dr. Bell, thank you so much for joining us. And to our viewers, you can find out more by going to wine, that's WYNE, bell.com.